Number 7, Anna Lazareva. Number 9, Morgan Hentz. Number 13, Leah Edmond. Number 15, Magdalena Yelahasheva. And number 21, Marley Monserrat. Head coach of the Vibe, Todd Dagenet. Grand Rapids Rise, presented by United Dairy of Michigan. Number 5, Erica Pritchard. Number 8, Marin Grote. Number 9, Claire Chaussee. Number 12, Sarah Sponsel. Number 13, Ashley Evans. Number 14, Amelia Dimitrova. Number 17, Alyssa Jensen. And give it up for the rest of your Grand Rapids Rise.
And with that, we have starters. So you've heard both sides. We're just about ready to throw it up here in Grand Rapids. We take our last time out. When we come back, we'll get it started here at Van Andel Arena. We've got the Rise and the Vibe on the other side of this timeout. Crowd continues to file in here. Another test for Grand Rapids. If they want to get over 500 and remain in third place in the Pro Volleyball Federation, they're going to have to take down the best team at the top of the PVF standings for the third time already this season. Not going to be easy for the Grand Rapids Vibes here tonight as they take on the Atlanta Vibe. It comes up on the other side of this timeout right here on Rise Radio.
Looking like a baddie, I show up and make them stop. Wanna know my name so badly, cause I run this whole block.
Gear up with the official Pro Collection apparel today. Available exclusively at renathletics.com and provolleyballshop.com.
At any time, any team can win it here in the Pro Volleyball Federation.
The higher the level, it means more power.
Lekator member Mene, wow, what a shot. Again.
Rejected! Ronica Stone!
Get tightened up. They progress through that season, and you cannot progress through that solo block in the middle from Kaz Brown.
Laura, deep corner, and that was picked perfectly.
NCAA women's volleyball will never be the same. Students of the game will study this era for generations. But we're only getting started. Sign up for pre-sale, news, and more at ncaa.com/volleyball.
Looking like a baddie, I show up and make them stop. Wanna know my name so badly, cause I run this whole block.
era with the official Pro Collection apparel today. Available exclusively at realprovb.com and provolleyballshop.com.
At any time, any team can win it here in the Pro Volleyball Federation.
The higher the level, it means more power.
Lekator member Mene. Wow, what a shot. Again.
Rejected! Ronica Stone!
Get tightened up. They progress through that season, and you cannot progress through that solo block in the middle for Kaz Brown.
Laura, deep corner, and that was picked perfectly.
In the mix, and we are just about ready to tip it up here in Grand Rapids. Hi, everybody. Thank you very much for making us a part of your Monday night. We get Grand Rapids taking on the Atlanta Vibe, trying to make it 3 straight wins. Turn that down a little bit for the first time for the Rise over any opponent here this season. Dan Hasty, Katie Olson, just about ready to roll. We already went over some keys to this one. How about key players? Let's start with the Atlanta Vibe.
Yeah, for the Atlanta Vibe, you have your key player on the outside, star player that she's been all year, Leah Edmond. She's definitely a player to watch, go-to player in those high, intense points. She brings a lot of fire to her team, really gets everyone going. And then also on the opposite side, you have Anna Lazareva, who's been absolutely fantastic since she joined their team mid-February. So really look out for those two. And then you have Lekator member Mene, who really has started to come alive. She's been splitting her time on the outside during mid-season, but in the last 3 games, you know, she's only 5'7", 5'8", but you would not know that watching her play.
She plays with a big heart, and her Atlanta team has won 11 of their first 15 matches. We gave you a look at our starters in case you missed those. It's Edmond, Fanning, Lazareva, member Mene, Monserrat Hens, and Yella Hasheva on the Atlanta side. No big surprises on the GR side. Chasse, Dimitrova, Abbott, Jensen, Grote, and Evans. You get a look at Ashley Evans. She's ready to serve it up, and we're ready for volleyball in Grand Rapids. We hope you are. Right out of the gate, one of the things that's really plagued Grand Rapids so far this year, those net errors.
Yeah, you know, they did actually have a season high of getting 6 aces versus Omaha, so hopefully we'll see a turnaround here.
Erica Pritchard making a late addition start. And Amelia Dimitrova timing us up at 1. Big swing of the left arm to make it even up.
Yeah, really excited to see what Erica Pritchard can bring to the team. She was such a standout at Maryland and then Penn State in college, getting her debut here.
Native of Middletown, Maryland. Chasse serves. They get it over this time. A little tap. Great diving play to dig it out by Evans, and a free ball comes over. Another chance and a point coming from the far side.
Morgan,
Atlanta got it, and that's another point for them.
Morgan Hens with that diving play. She reads the ball so well off of the attackers on the other side.
That was Lazareva, by the way, who did a whole lot of that the last time that these two teams met in Grand Rapids. Here's a chance for Pritchard. Dimitrova went down to get it. Another chance. Erica Pritchard has a kill. Tied at 2. Good to see them try to get Pritchard involved early on, and they're trying to not be predictable, and Ashley Evans is going to be a big part of that reason why. Alyssa Jensen serves. Here's a block to stay alive. Good job by Pritchard. Now it's Dimitrova, and it's 3-2 Grand Rapids. Put a little finesse on it, and the Rise have their first lead.
Such a hard ball to dig when you're tooling that block off of Legator member Monet. She was able to throw that off of her hand.
Jensen again, the former Michigan State Spartan. Both are head coaches with MSU experience today. And how about ace experience? It's 4-2 as Jensen got a little help from the net.
Middle going after middle right there.
It's kind of like the equivalent of throwing the changeup in baseball. Hits that net, nobody saw it coming. Chance stuffed at the net is Edmond, or check that member, Monet, got denied. Good play to get it over. Outstanding move there. That was Jensen. Unfortunately, it was just a means to an end. Atlanta able to get the big swing and the point. 4-3 Grand Rapids.
Mazare with that great set choice. She was able to see that there was a hole in that block and set the back row attack.
And right out of the gate, a chance for Maren Grote, and she didn't miss. 5-3. Quick set right in the middle, and again, that's another thing that Grand Rapids, I think, is going to try and do today, is get their middles involved.
Yeah, by establishing your middle earlier, you're then going to free up some of those pinballs.
Dimitrova to serve for Grand Rapids, up 5-3 in the first set. Looking for Edmond, and it goes down. Leah Edmond, one of the best in the Pro Volleyball Federation. Makes it 5-4 Grand Rapids. That was Yella Hasheva on the serve. And there's a kill on the Grand Rapids side. Sharon Chaussee and Erica Pritchard teaming up to make it 6-4. Like, Pritchard's gotten involved a lot here early. Hadn't seen a whole lot from her. She's making her presence felt. Leah Edmond gets that point right back to make it 6-5.
Leah Edmond's vision of the court is just fantastic. She's able to really drop that thumb down and go after the outside.
Marley Monserrat serves for the Vibe. Evans, Grote, little pop shot. Handled by Atlanta. From the back row, a block, but kept alive momentarily. That's a fourth hit, and it's a point for Grand Rapids. Good play by Maren Grote right in front. We've seen a lot so far from Erica Pritchard. This one goes into the net from Maren Grote. Makes it 7-6. We've yet to see a service error by the Vibe. That's the second for Grand Rapids, although they do have an ace to their credit. Edmond serves. Evans looking for Chaussee. Kept alive. Member Monet. Handled by Sponsel. Evans for Dimitrova. Point. Grand Rapids with Amelia Dimitrova. She was talking about it after the win against Vegas a couple of games ago, a couple of matches back, and you can just tell how much her teammates respect her. That's what happens when you play for as long as she did. 17 years in the pros. Chaussee, a little finesse. Atlanta handles it with a shot from Edmond in the back row, and she puts it down. 8-7. Grand Rapids lead remains a slim one. Shelly Fanning serving for Atlanta. And it just is amazing when you think about all the momentum that Atlanta comes with. There's a fight at the net, and it's won by Yella Hasheva. We're tied at 8. 7 out of 8 for Atlanta. That's about as good of a stretch as we've seen from any team in this league so far.
Yeah, really impressive to go on the road, be traveling, going away, playing at home, and still being able to come up on top.
They've had wins at San Diego, Vegas, Omaha, as that one goes into the net, giving the Rise the lead back. They've also won at Columbus. And they've won their last 4 home matches. They didn't lose a home match in the month of March. Chassé over. A little tap. Kept. Instead, it hits the floor, and there's a point for the Vibe. Evans did everything she could to try and get that pancake out. Griddle wasn't quite big enough. Lazareva serves for the Vibe. Pritchard, Evans, and a chance in the middle for Alyssa Jensen. Slams it down, and it's 10-9 Grand Rapids. Boy, a lot of middle involvement so far. We haven't seen this very much.
No, we haven't. And I think that's part of the reason why Grand Rapids is trying to go more towards the middle.
Lana setting up. Edmond. Chassé keeps it going. Evans looking for Pritchard. Edmond keeps it going. They want Lazareva. And a little touch gets it over and ties us up at 10. That's the thing that makes Atlanta so dangerous, is that they've got so much talent at every spot. And even now, with the addition of Magdalena Yelahasheva, they continue to add piece after piece. Chassé a little bit too strong. It's out of bounds. Atlanta gets the lead back. It's 11-10.
Yeah, for the Vibe, Monserrat does a great job of really using all of her attackers at one point.
That one into the net. Service error there by member Monet, and we're tied at 11. Amelia Dimitrova on the other side for Grand Rapids. Chassé keeps that one going. Evans wants Dimitrova. Lazareva handles. There's Edmond. This time Grand Rapids able to combat it, and Chassé can't get it down. Edmond pops it up. Sponsel. And a free ball needs to go over from Maren Grote. Vibe looking, and a block out in front, but not able to stay down in bounds. Leah Edmond gets Atlanta a 12-11 lead.
Right now we're seeing a lot of different offensive systems going on both sides. You're seeing back row attacks, you're seeing slides from the middles, you're seeing them move their hitters around. I think they're both doing a pretty great job here.
Yelahasheva couldn't get it on the line, and it's another service error. So now we're starting to see it even out a little bit. Atlanta's running in, they're catching the cold, so to speak.
Yeah, right now the Rises, they're doing a great job of being in system, so you're gonna see the Vibe trying to put a little more pressure on their serve.
Pritchard. Monserrat for Edmond. And that's why she's one of the best in this league. Leah Edmond off to a big start. Kind of reminds you of the last time we saw Grand Rapids here against Vegas. Atlanta's going to their best options right out of the gate. And they'll continue to do that often. Evans for Dimitrova. Too strong. 14-12. Atlanta's got a 2-point lead here in the first set.
Right now, Atlanta is really targeting Erica Pritchard on that serving. And she's doing a pretty strong job, so I would expect them to start to move the ball around from her.
Marley Monserrat. Pritchard, Evans, Chassé. A block. And all of a sudden, the Vibe have 3 straight. Why might they be targeting Erica Pritchard?
You know, you haven't seen her play much this year, or actually, in fact, at all. So you don't know what you're going to see. Is she going to be a little more nervous when she starts? Is her passing going to break down? So it's really just going after the fresh player. You don't know much about her. You know that Claire Chassé is a strong passer, and so is Sarah Sponsel.
We got a timeout. 15-12 Atlanta over Grand Rapids. You've got the Grand Rapids Rise presented by U of M Health West. Handle Arena, 15-12. Atlanta with the lead over the Grand Rapids Rise. Dan Hasty, Katie Olson. And the Vibe were first to 15 because they started getting hot right at the right time. The Rise had a slim lead, but Atlanta starting to get things straightened out. It's their serve. Grand Rapids trying to get themselves a little momentum of their own. Sent over that time by Montserrat. Here's Chassé, and there's a point for Grand Rapids. Claire Chassé, big swing of that right arm, and it's 15-13. Makes it a 2-point Vibe lead. There's Maren Grote. Serving for Grand Rapids. Block out in front and a chance to reset. Leah Edmond gets the point for Atlanta. Makes it 16-13. If you are watching along on our broadcast on YouTube, the YouTube channel of the Pro Volleyball Federation, thanks for hanging out with us. Let us know where you are watching from. We'll give you a shout out. Here's a send over. Evans wants Chassé. A little tip with authority, and Claire Chassé starting to heat up. We have seen people overseas from the other side of the world watching along. This isn't just stateside. There's a big swing and a great play by Evans, but it ends up in front. A little bit too strong, and Grand Rapids with a great play by Ashley Evans gets the point.
What a dig back there. Always great to see a setter playing defense.
Ashley Evans serves. Chance from the middle. Laying out to keep it going is Evans. Good play.
Just a net violation by the Vibe.
And that ties us up at 16. And ever since that 15-12 timeout, Grand Rapids has kind of gotten it together. Evans again. She's been really busy. Now it's Lazareva. Evans again. She's having a great first set. Little tip at the net. There's Evans again. Chassé for Dimitrova. Didn't really get it in a great spot. Hence, a tap. Member Manet. Denied. They want Chassé. Kept alive by Sponsel and Evans. Good volley alert. Here's Edmond, and she slams it down to keep the Vibe with the lead. All right, you want to know where we have our eyes on this matchup from?
Yeah, where we got it.
So far, we've seen Australia from Vienna, Austria. We've got Richmond, Virginia in the house, Seattle, Greensboro, North Carolina, and to no surprise, Atlanta, Georgia. Goes over, Sponsel, Evans, there's Chassé. Kept alive. Member Manet throws a right arm into it and gets it down. 18-16, and Atlanta has weathered the Grand Rapids storm. So yes, in case you're wondering, they do read the chat. 18-16 Atlanta. We like hanging out with you guys. Free ball from Dimitrova. Lazareva kept alive. Pritchard, Sponsel for Dimitrova. Net touch. Atlanta, 1-point match. Back and forth here in the first set. No surprise, these two teams have played each other really tough in their two matches.
Yeah, the Vibe has got to have a chip on their shoulder since 2 of their 4 losses has come from Grand Rapids, so they're definitely ready to play today.
Claire Chassé to serve, looking to tie it up for Grand Rapids. There's a shot and an easy tap right in the middle. Doesn't get much easier than that. And what's going on now? Looks like maybe Lecator member Manet may have gotten poked. I don't know if it was in the eye or somewhere maybe in the mouth, but she seems to be okay. That was Karis Watson in the middle. And that's Lazareva ready to serve. Little bit too long. Great job in the back row by Chasse. That was a very, very risky proposition. But that just takes court awareness, and that's what makes her one of the best in the league.
Yeah, definitely. I know that I teach a lot of the little younger girls that always follow it to the line so it never drops in. Now we see that we have a serving sub coming in, Camila Gomez for Grand Rapids.
A move there from the head coach, Kathy George. 1 point set. A block out in front. Maren Grote and Amelia Dimitrova. We're all square at 19.
What a huge block there for Grand Rapids to come in with a strong serve.
Camila Gomez helped lock up the first ever Rise match victory on an opening night against Columbus. There's another block. Grote and Pritchard this time. And one of the things we're seeing that we haven't seen a lot of is Grand Rapids really take advantage of a size advantage.
Yeah, there's a huge size advantage on the court right now, and being able, Maren Grote being so dynamic and running from pin to pin, closing, is working great for them.
Timeout. I believe that was taken by Atlanta. So Grand Rapids now with the lead. We can keep it right here. Rise in their last match, lost the first set, won the second set, fairly convincing. But again, I think one of the things we've learned, Katie, is that nothing is official until that last set is in the book.
No, volleyball is such a game of whoever's just putting together 2 points in a row right now. You're just seeing the switch of these points. And right now, I'm going to take a wild guess that it's going to go to Leah Edmond in the back row.
All right. Here's a few of our other check-ins. Vancouver, El Paso, Texas, Oakland, California, Omaha. And Puerto Rico in the building. Thanks for checking in, everybody. Let us know where you're watching from, and can't tell you how much we appreciate everything that you've done to help the PVF so far to this point in time. 20-19 Grand Rapids with that 1 point lead. Lazareva ties us up at 20. No surprise that when they need a point, they go to Lazareva. She's the best. It's an unbelievable addition, and Atlanta's not been afraid to shake things up. Case in point, Yalahasheva coming in to be the middle blocker in the trade of Tori Stringer to Columbus. Dimitrova. How did they keep that alive? Morgan Hentz, unbelievable. And it gets Atlanta the point. Morgan Hentz was nearly in the front row.
Yeah, I think Grand Rapids is contesting that it went around the antenna, so it would be out of bounds. You saw all the people on the bench for Grand Rapids stand up on that play.
All right. But we just got a quick look at it. The question now becomes, what's Grand Rapids going to do about it? They're trailing by 1. Of course, every point a little bit more important at this juncture.
Yeah, but what a great dig by Morgan Hentz. The ability to just move so quickly off of her feet. She traveled around that ref stand and slid through that.
She could have ordered something to eat. She was right next to everybody else down there.
So quick. One of the best liberos I've ever watched, just with her movement on the court.
You see that conversation continuing. Dimitrova trying to state her case. And if it's not one of the antenna situations, what might be the case here? What is Dimitrova talking about?
I think that's the biggest one, is how you can't, so it's really hard without line judges. Typically your line judge can really see that antenna movement because your down ref, it's such an awkward angle for him, and you're not really sure if it's going around or going on the correct side. So that's really where the argument is coming in.
Our first referee, Michelle Prater. Wesley Radigan is our second referee.
Looks like they deemed it good for the vibe, so now we're up 5-21, Rise 20. The crowd is not happy.
This is one of the few times we've heard this Grand Rapids Rise crowd like this. And that's one of the things I think we've learned along the way, is that there's so much passion for this sport. And Dimitrova still stating her case. Ashley Evans getting in on this as well. And now we get a yellow card on Grand Rapids. I believe they got Evans for that.
Yeah, so if you're not the team captain, you're not allowed to go up to the officials and speak with them. So since Dimitrova is the floor captain, she's the one that's in charge of heading that conversation.
That is the first yellow card in Grand Rapids Rise home history. Evans trying to help get that point back, and they will. Amelia Dimitrova has us locked at 21.
I mean, who else were you going to set on that ball? She is such a fireball. You just made her a little angry there, so of course she's going to come out swinging.
You do not want to make her angry. And now to the service line for the 17-year pro. Had a little extra hook on that shot. 22-21 Atlanta. Trying to sneak it onto that line. Just spun it a little bit more than she wants it. Allie Linehan to the service line for Atlanta. Pritchard down, Evans, Dimitrova, and we're tied at 22. And you have to think, if you're Grand Rapids, your game plan might just be to let Amelia Dimitrova take you home.
Yeah, after she gets angry, she's really fired up and ready to play. But you're also seeing that on the other side from Leah Edmond, so I wouldn't hold your breath.
Pritchard serves. Monserrat, Edmond. There's a point for Atlanta. The pendulum swings back to the Vibe. They're up 23-22. Marley Monserrat to the service line. Feels like a bigger point for the Rise to get if they have aspirations of taking this first set. Evans. Dimitrova ties us up. They're just going to keep feeding the beast. 23 all here in the first set. It's Marin Grote's turn, the former Washington Husky at the service line. The line drive handled by Atlanta. A sneak attack that Grote keeps going for Grand Rapids. Free ball from Chassé. Atlanta at the net. Edmond gets it through the defense and a point for Atlanta. Set point here for the Vibe. And it's Leah Edmond, one of the most important players in the PVF, while the Rise try to keep their hopes alive. Evans, gotta have it point. Kept alive on a diving play by Edmond. Evans, Dimitrova. Point Atlanta. And at the moment, that wraps up set number one, but Kathy George is wasting no time. She is challenging this ruling.
Yeah, it looks like she's challenging a touch on that block.
Not all video replays are created equal. I'd say this one matters a little bit more than most.
Definitely.
Frisco, Texas is the city and state in which all replays are appealed. So now it's up to the folks in Frisco to see if set one will continue. And the Rise are no strangers to sets continuing and going long. They have played some of the longest sets in the PVF. They've had a 36-34. Multiple sets have gone into the 30s. Dimitrova was actually spending some time talking to our official on the far side. And now we're taking a look at the block touch fault, whether or not it was a hit.
So it looks like they ruled no block touch.
There's your call, and there's set number one. Atlanta takes a 1-0 lead after the appeal by Grand Rapids goes by the wayside. 25-23, Atlanta wins set number one. That's just their second set win in 7 different sets against Grand Rapids thus far. We take a timeout. Set number 2 is next. You're along for the ride, and you're listening and watching along to Rise Radio. You've got the Grand Rapids Rise presented by U of M Health West.
This is Real Pro Volleyball. Have you seen the product that's out there? Have you seen the athletes?
I don't even know if there's words we can explain how I'm feeling right now. I'm just so excited and grateful to be able to do this right now.
It's definitely really cool to be able to play in such volleyball. Really cool to be able to be a part of the first year of something. No one takes for granted the opportunity that is here and present for us. Kids and people in general are really excited about for volleyball.
I think it's the first time that it's actually happening and that it's done very well. And your jersey, I hope, is there coaches here with this? Okay, okay. And that it's so accessible to everyone. I wish I had something like that. It's a really cool feeling to know that they have professional volleyball to come watch.
About making an environment where you're happy to do what you're supposed to do. So that we build a journey and a path for future generations.
Pro Volleyball Federation, where every action carries the weight of passion and pride. There's a select group that rises above the rest. 23 athletes of the Pro Volleyball Federation are past or current members of the USA Women's National Volleyball Team, each a testament to dedication, skill, and relentless pursuit of excellence. Pro Volleyball Federation, building champions and making dreams a reality.
Grand Rapids, nothing. Ready to start set number 2. Dan Hasty, Katie Olson from Van Andel Arena. And Katie, it just feels like when it comes to watching Grand Rapids, and I would imagine this is the case for other teams in the PVF as well, it's almost like you can just wait until those last 2 points because it always feels like Grand Rapids and whoever they're playing are right there neck and neck.
Yeah, really, with such talented players on either side. At the beginning, it's a little slower, and then those last couple of points, you're just seeing them go from 2 over here to 2 over there. It's just a quick switch of points.
It was Atlanta to get the first set. They're up 1-0, and now Grand Rapids has to find a way.
Leah Edmond in that first set, she was 9 for 12 hitting at a 750 clip. Like, ooh, that's just unheard of. And what Grand Rapids
750?
Yeah. What Grand Rapids has done really well the first time facing Atlanta was keeping her under, I believe, under 400. So here to see her get 9 kills on 12 swings, they got to find an answer for that.
That's like putting the difficulty on beginner.
Yeah. She's having a field day out there right now.
And now it really becomes, how do you respond and how do you figure that way through? Kathy George still having a conversation. We also saw a yellow card in that first set. So what does that mean in terms of, just I guess in terms of where the emotions might be for Grand Rapids?
Looks like tensions are running high. You really saw Ashley Evans get heated, which, you know, I haven't quite seen that out of her in the number of games that we played this far. You see it out of Amelia all the time, but to see that fire against Ashley, she's really ready and here to win.
Evans for Jensen. Morgan Hens keeps it alive. Lazareva a little too strong, and it's 1-0. The first point goes to the Rise.
Watching that dig from Morgan Hens, she almost just makes it look so easy. I know that hit was hard off of Alyssa Jensen, but Morgan Hens just said, oh, it's another day for me.
And I'd go back to that play from Hens when she went nearly into the first row to keep a play alive, being the big difference in that first set. Good play to keep it alive momentarily as Jensen was able to pancake it, but nothing further. We're tied at 1. And that is Magdalena Yelahasheva. Yelahasheva starts with the letter J. I just want to put that out there. She is one of the best. A middle blocker from the Czech Republic, the former Washington State Cougar. A chance. Grand Rapids wants Pritchard. Handled. Edmond. Gets it down, and it's 2 straight points for Atlanta. 2-1.
Edmond does a great job of keeping that ball in front of her and really just going off the tail end of the block, which makes it so hard for Grand Rapids to dig.
Chassé, Evans, Dimitrova. That one ended up finding Lazareva. Free ball comes over. Sponsel, Evans. They tried to get Grote involved that time. And instead, Leah Edmond has the Vibe on a 3-point surge. 3-1 Vibe. And so far, she has yet to be denied tonight. Evans, Dimitrova, and it's 3-2. Amelia Dimitrova already off to a pretty good start herself. Now it's Dimitrova to the service line for Grand Rapids. Lazareva. Point Atlanta. Got a little piece of Grand Rapids. 4-2 Vibe.
Just right off Erica Pritchard's top fingers.
That's a tough break.
That's what happens when you're 6'3" out there.
Doesn't take much, and that's pretty impressive by our referees being that close. They were right on top of that particular play, but it's not that easy. Marin Grote with a chance, handled by Atlanta. They're looking for another point, and they've got 5 out of the last 6. Went to Fanning in the middle, and it's 5-2 Vibe. We're starting to see Atlanta play the way that they've been playing against everyone in the PVF not named Grand Rapids. Monserrat serves. Evans trying to surprise everybody and miss the target. 6-2 Atlanta. Tough start in the second set for Grand Rapids. Now Kathy George's team looking for answers. Monserrat serves again. Chassé, Evans, Dimitrova. And there's a much needed point for Grand Rapids. They're gonna have to dig out of a hole in the second set. It's Erica Pritchard once again. 2-time All Big Ten selection. Made the USA Gold Collegiate National Team roster once upon a time. Kathy George deciding to use her in this match. Edmonds, handled by Grand Rapids. They're looking for Chassé. Blocked. They want to go right back to her. And again, Atlanta is there. Lazareva gets the point, 7-3. And you can tell Atlanta's doing a lot of work to sell out, trying to stop Claire Chassé.
Yeah, putting such a big block up there. Anna Lazareva is 6'3", and Claire Chassé is only around 5'11", so really putting up that large block is hindering Claire right now.
Edmond serves. Evans wants Chassé into the net. 8-3 Atlanta. And it hadn't happened much for Chassé to this point. But Atlanta has been able to neutralize the Rise's best weapon. Dimitrova's been getting a lot of the work. And at this point now, I think Grand Rapids is going to be content to talk it over. We've got a timeout here at Van Andel Arena. It's 8-3. Atlanta out to a big start in set number 2. They have a 1-0 lead over the Rise. It's Pro Volleyball from GR on the Rise Radio and TV network.
But Asia O'Neal, she is certainly healthy. She's swinging big, and she is a huge factor offensively and defensively for this group.
And a great job in the middle by Asia O'Neal.
But gets over the net, very aggressive.
And there's an ace for Asia O'Neal. Stringer. Oh, Asia O'Neal on the slide to get the hit.
The speed, the velocity, Asia O'Neal is showing why she was the #1 draft pick. Fury is lucky to have her.
Atlanta Vibe lead the Grand Rapids Rise. After the timeout, Grand Rapids looking for answers. Dan Hasty, Katie Olson in set number 2. Atlanta leads it 1-0. And if you heard us in the first set, can feel free to check in the second set if you're watching along on YouTube. Tell us where you're watching from. We'll give you a shout out. My favorite comment just a moment ago, Katie, said that Anna Lazareva is basically a free point.
She's hitting well over the block right now.
They are not wrong. Evans wants Chassé. Too strong. And you can just tell that Chassé, who's been so good and so important for Grand Rapids, is a little out of sync tonight.
Yeah, as an outside hitter, once you get into a little bit of a funk, it's kind of hard because all of the, we call them out-of-system passes, go to the pins.
That nearly ended up down for an ace. This time, Chassé, where they've been running Fanning and Lazareva. This time, it's a point for Atlanta thanks to Leah Edmond. 10-3, the Vibe are in control in the second set.
Leah Edmond adding her 12th kill in 2 sets.
And Kathy George noticing it, so she's going to give Claire Chassé a rare rest. She comes off the floor. We rarely see it. Simone Abbott takes her place. Evans looking for Abbott. Handled with a great pancake there by Lecator member Manet. Monserrat for Fanning. Handled by Dimitrova. Now it's Abbott again. Saves her own block. Dimitrova free balls it across. Hence, Monserrat, Fanning. Sponsel keeps it alive. Good play by Pritchard. Simone Abbott hoping third time's a charm. It rides the net and falls on the Grand Rapids side. Point ATL, it's 11-3.
Atlanta's really taking their points and running with them and not looking back.
That's 5 in a row for Atlanta in the second set.
And right now you can see the Grand Rapids rise. They're getting a little frustrated of like, what do we do? We need a point, but how do we get one?
Edmond serving again. She's gotten comfortable back there. Hence, Lecator member Manet. Too strong and a much needed point for Grand Rapids.
Lecator member Monet really wants a challenge on this ball. She said, no way they touched it. So it looks like we're going to the board.
So we'll take a look. One of the big surprises right now, Katie, is that Claire Chassé, who we have not seen come off the floor in any of the games that we've had the pleasure of watching so far, not currently in this match. Tell us why.
Yeah, right now she's really struggling on the pin. She only has 2 kills out of 15 swings, hitting at a 13 clip. That's a very, very low for her itself. So really, Kathy George is going to her bench, seeing if she can get something else in there. And looks like we do have a block touch on that ball.
So as it rains, it pours for Grand Rapids. That's the 6th straight point for Atlanta. Meanwhile, Kathy George's team just looking for answers. They played a tough set with Atlanta in the first. 25-23, the final of that one. Evans looking for Dimitrova. And there's another point for Atlanta. What becomes interesting in this situation is because you would imagine that the scheme has been to slow down Claire Chassé. Now without her on the floor, it becomes a little tougher for Dimitrova.
Yeah, so right now, that's the Atlanta Vibe knows that we're going to go to Dimitrova consistently, so it makes it a lot harder for her to score.
Trying to get the middles involved, and once again, another great play. And another point for Atlanta. 8 in a row. Atlanta is a vibe right now. Holy smokes.
Leah Edmond is really feeling it today. Like, to perfectly pass that ball one-handedly, like, she's on her game today. So here we go, looking for a little more answers. You see Shannon Scully coming into the game for Erica Pritchard.
First time we've seen Scully in the game. Got her master's at USC, beach volleyball national champion there, and has been getting a little more playing time as this season has progressed. Now it's Simone Abbott's turn. Atlanta handles again. Dimitrova, Sponsel, can they get it over? Abbott does. What a save. Lazareva gets the point again, and Atlanta has it in cruise control. 9 in a row. And kind of reminds you of, there was an NCAA tournament game over the weekend where Illinois watched UConn go on a 30-0 run. Grand Rapids trying to just break the streak here and get the collective monkey off their backs. Dimitrova blocked, 10 in a row for Atlanta. You're going to have to watch a lot of volleyball to see a set dominated in one stretch, quite like what the Atlanta Vibe are doing right now.
Yeah, I'd like to give a lot of credit to Monserrat. She's doing a great job of really distributing the ball to her attackers.
Timeouts, Grand Rapids, 16-3. Atlanta holds the lead. This is Rise Radio in set number 2. And YouTube TV presented by University of Michigan Health West.
The wait is finally over. A concept years in the making becomes a reality tonight.
We have stars that are sure to make a splash in terms of heads.
There are stars everywhere you look.
No secret that tonight is going to be epic.
Prepare to make history. And we are underway. And what a start. And a serve for Whiteley. Picks out Nona Miller.
Just so
for the Grand Rapids Rise. So far, they've won 6, they have lost 6, and right now the Atlanta Vibe are doing something to Grand Rapids that we just frankly haven't seen very much so far for Grand Rapids in their short franchise history. 16-3, Atlanta over Grand Rapids. We're in set number 2. Atlanta leads at 1-0, and right now Atlanta has it locked down. What has happened over the last 10 points to go 10 straight for the Vibe?
Monserrat has really been distributing her balls to her hitters perfectly. You're seeing Leah Edmond, who is hitting above 500, along with Anna Lazareva. They're almost immediate kills.
Leah Edmond. Another serve. Now it's Simone Abbott. Too strong. Point Atlanta.
Oh, looks
Check
like we have
that.
a neck violation.
They are switching it. And the Rise finally break the stretch.
Right there, that's the break that the GR Rise needs. And now you're seeing Kayla Caffey come in for Alyssa Jensen in the middle, maybe looking to get a little more middle attacks involved. Kayla Caffey is so quick off of her feet.
So what is the difference when it comes to what we see from Caffey versus Jensen in this case? Why might that be an idea for Caffey, George?
Yeah, so Alyssa Jensen is a much bigger block, so you're having her out there really closing to those pins, where Kayla Caffey is a shorter block, but much more offensively strong. So right here in this mix, and Kayla Caffey is quite the personality on the court, so I think we're just looking for a little bit of a change.
Now both coaches have come out to the 10-foot line. Todd Dagenet talking things over.
Looks like we have a challenge to see if there was a net violation.
All right, so we'll take a look at it. 16-4, Grand Rapids with the lead. So Kayla Caffey comes in. We saw a lot of Kayla Caffey at the beginning of this season. She was a teammate with Asia O'Neal, Texas Longhorns national champ, and she helped really get the Rise off to a great start, but then an injury slowed her down.
Yeah, then she went on IR and then took a quick break. Alyssa Jensen came in and really filled in that role, and you're seeing her just getting off of that injury reserve list.
They do call it a net touch fault. So it does go back to Grand Rapids. They do get that point, and it stops the Vibe surge at 10 in a row. You could watch a lot of PVF this year and not see 10 straight points made by one particular side. Hence, Monserrat, Lecator member Manet. Handled by Grand Rapids. They want Dimitrova. Great play in the back by Leah Edmond. Evans for Abbott. Sent back in Grand Rapids, has to go again. Kayla Caffey got it in a funny spot. Member Manet blocked out in front, but collected. Lazareva on the swing. A whistle and a net touch on Grand Rapids. Another point for Atlanta. It just seems like one of those times where no matter which way Grand Rapids goes with it, Atlanta has someone there.
Yeah, the Vibe are doing a great job of really executing their game plan.
17-4 Atlanta. Evans for Caffey, blocked. Scully for Abbott, blocked. And it's like playing against a brick wall for the Grand Rapids Rise.
Such a large block up there for the Vibe. You have 6'3", 6'3" right next to each other and elevating. They're basically a brick wall.
A little tough for Grand Rapids to handle. They might just be ready to move on to a new set. Monserrat, Lecator member Monet with a fastball that misses well wide of the zone, and the Rise get a point. And I will give the Vibe credit for this. They've sort of taken the Rise crowd and quieted them down. They were pretty loud in that first set. Evans serves, Monserrat, Lazareva. Now Sponsel to the net. Dimitrova can't get it across. 19-5 Atlanta. .14 lead. Dimitrova at the net. A net touch on Atlanta. Point for the Rise, who are right now, if nothing else, Katie, probably just trying to avoid their most lopsided loss in a particular set. Simone Abbott to serve. Grand Rapids has never scored in the single digits of any one particular set. Monserrat, finesse touch from Edmonds, Sponsel, Evans, Caffey. Back to Grand Rapids. Abbott. Great play by Lazareva. Right at the net. A whistle and a net touch on Atlanta.
Okay, right now, if anything, the Grand Rapids Rise really need to start building up some momentum to get into that third set. We have Simone Abbott back to serve.
Lowest point total in any one particular set for Grand Rapids so far in their short history came on March 4th when they scored 16. Another point for the Vibe, make it 20-7. That was against San Diego, a team that's taken down Grand Rapids a couple of times this year. Lecator member Monet to the service line for the Vibe. This on the heels of what was a very tightly contested first set, where Atlanta came out victorious 25-23. Scully denied there, but another chance. Edmonds for Caffey. Couple of Vibe players hit the floor, and a point from Lazareva. 21-7. It's a football score. I don't think we've seen any one particular team have this impressive of one set against Grand Rapids since they've started. Evans, there's Caffey. And even on those plays, Atlanta just has somebody in those spots. And there's a point on a net touch from Grand Rapids. Vibe have a 22-7 lead. It's so interesting because it's a completely different take on what we saw the last two times these teams played. Lecator member Monet. Point Grand Rapids. That's one of the few times where they've been able to get a big swing and a kill. As Maren Grote comes in for Sarah Sponsel. Kayla Caffey with a chance at the service line. Just barely got it over, nearly ended up with an ace. Free ball. Good play by Evans to keep it going. Wanted Grote. A block. Dimitrova and Grote, but another point for Atlanta. It almost seems like they really paid attention to that scouting report. They almost know exactly where Grand Rapids is trying to go.
They do, and they're doing a great job of really executing off of their blocks. Like, they're being able to play out those and then getting kills on the next attempt.
Setter switch. Mac Pedraza has come in for Ashley Evans. Yella Hasheva, the serve for Atlanta. Trying to go to Scully. And now it's set point for Atlanta, and probably one that Kathy George's team would prefer to move on from as soon as possible. Service error gives the Rise a point, 24-9. Well, the last time we were here, a team had won the first 2 sets before the old reverse sweep. That was when Vegas was in this building. That's going to be what Grand Rapids has to pin their hopes on in all likelihood tonight. A whistle and a point for Grand Rapids puts them into double digits. So there will be no single digit set here in the second. Or will we? They going to take a look at this, Katie?
I think so. I think we're looking at if there was a net violation on Leah Edmond. Yep.
So Atlanta offering the challenge, which they've already won one of those in this set. And it's no surprise. You see right there, there's the net touch on Leah Edmond. And when you have a lead like this, you can be a little more comfortable. You can take a few more liberties. Edmond, who hit 750 in the first set. You heard that right. Dimitrova serves. They're looking to finish it with Edmond. They do. That's set number 2. The Atlanta Vibe win the first 2 sets here in Grand Rapids. 25-10. That's the most lopsided set in Rise short franchise history. So before we run into intermission, let's break down what the big differences were for you, Katie, between sets 1 and 2.
Yeah, so for the Grand Rapids Rise, their hitting percentage went significantly farther down. They just couldn't get the ball back over the net. And then you saw Atlanta Vibe, they're hitting as a team almost 500. So that means on every 2 swings, they're almost getting a kill on one of those. So that's a huge advantage for them. Their ability to stop Leah Edmond right now is not controllable, so that's really, she's starting to really run with it, and Anna Lazareva is as well.
25-10, your second set final, 2-0 in favor of the Vibe. Take a timeout. When we come back, we've got intermission coverage, and we'll also take a look at some other things going on around the PVF, as well as what's coming to Grand Rapids in the Van Andel Arena before this season is all said and done. It's Rise Volleyball on WXSP, YouTube, and 96.1 The Game.
Asia O'Neal, she is simply healthy. She's swinging big, and she is a huge factor offensively and defensively for this group.
And a great job in the middle by Asia O'Neal.
Gets over the net, very aggressive.
And there's an ace for Asia O'Neal. Stringer. Oh, Asia O'Neal on the slide to get the hit.
The speed, the velocity, Asia O'Neal is showing why she was the #1 draft pick. Fury is lucky to have her.
The wait is finally over. A concept years in the making becomes a reality tonight.
We have stars that are sure to make a splash in terms of heads.
There are stars everywhere you look.
No secret that tonight is going to be epic.
Prepare to make history. And we are underway. And what a start. And a serve for Wiley. Takes out Nonavilla.
Just so
Arena, as we said at intermission, it's 2-0 in favor of Atlanta over Grand Rapids. The Rise have added a pair of theme nights to their promo schedule. There's a very special Princess in Your Life. Princess Night comes up on April the 13th, so not this coming Saturday, but the following Saturday, as Grand Rapids will be here and they will be playing host to the Vegas Thrill. So that's Princess Night. And then on May 4th, and how appropriate for May the 4th be with you, Star Wars Night coming to Grand Rapids Rise Volleyball and here to Van Andel Arena. You can get tickets online at grrise.com. Back here at intermission, Dan Hasty, Katie Olson. Well, one of the things I thought was kind of interesting, Katie, and I'm guessing you probably noticed this as well, there were some adjustments to the pay scale as announced by Jen Spiker, the CEO of the Pro Volleyball Federation, within the past week, and things are starting to move around a little bit in that way.
Yeah, it's going to be huge for some of the higher players overseas. You're seeing some of these women make upwards towards the 200,000 mark. So then I did see that they settled at 175. So you're going to be able to see some of those higher end, big ticket name players come into the Pro Volleyball Federation.
Well, before we continue and look at some of the other things going on around the league, I am curious what's standing out to you, because we talked a lot about Leah Edmond in that first set. She ended up hitting 750 in set number 1. Where does she sit now?
Yeah, now she's sitting at 610. So just a little bit down. You did see that we got one block on her, but didn't really affect her too much. And then you see that Anna Lazareva is over at 580. So they're both hitting still above 500. So every 2 swings is a kill, one of them.
I mean, in baseball, that's like a hitter going 4 for 4 at the plate. In football, that's like a running back running for 200 yards, right? I mean, that's the elite level of dominance.
Yeah, it's almost unheard of for an outside attacker, so Leah Edmond, to be above 500. You're getting so many just out-of-system sets where they have to go to the pin and you're having 2 blockers on them, and she's still hitting above 500.
Let's go back to the news about the PVF, because something else I thought that was pretty interesting, and I think it really matters for teams like Grand Rapids who do have playoff hopes and playoff probabilities, sitting in 3rd place behind only Atlanta and Omaha as we speak. But it was announced that the postseason for the Pro Volleyball Federation, the first ever, will be in Omaha, Nebraska this year.
I mean, what better place to put it? They're averaging over 11,000 fans at all of their games. Like, that's a huge group of people to play in front of. They're going to have a massive following no matter who's in the final, so you know that they're going to draw crowds. They are just a volleyball hub. They love the sport there.
And thus no one wants to face Omaha in that first round, as it'll be Grand Rapids, with any luck, being as one of those final 4 teams. There are 7 teams in the PVF, and the top 4 will go to Omaha. Still got a lot of volleyball left to play here this season, as we are officially at the halfway point after the last match. 24 matches for Grand Rapids. This one starts officially the second half of the year. Teams are back out, getting ready for set number 3. And right now it's been all Atlanta, but the last time we were here, we saw Grand Rapids get a 2-0 lead before the Vegas Thrill came back with the reverse sweep. Rise are going to hope to find whatever energy that was here tonight. We'll come back with the 3rd set on the other side of this timeout. It's Atlanta 2, Grand Rapids nothing. You're listening along and watching along to Rise Radio and TV, presented by U of M Health West.
This is Real Pro Volleyball. Have you seen the product that's out there? Have you seen the athletes?
I don't even know if there's words we can explain how I'm feeling right now. I'm just so excited and grateful to be able to do this right now.
It's definitely really cool to be able to play professional volleyball. Really cool to be able to be a part of the first year of something. No one takes for granted the opportunity that is here and present for us. Kids and people in general are really excited about pro volleyball.
I think it's the first time that it's actually happening and that it's done very well. And your jersey, I hope, is there toast to say with this? Okay, okay. And that it's so accessible to everyone. I wish I had something like that. It's a really cool feeling to know that they have professional volleyball to come watch.
About making an environment where you're happy to do what you're supposed to do. So that we build a journey and a path for future generations.
Pro Volleyball Federation, where every action carries the weight of passion and pride. There's a select group that rises above the rest. 23 athletes of the Pro Volleyball Federation are past or current members of the USA Women's National Volleyball Team, each a testament to dedication, skill, and relentless pursuit of excellence. Pro Volleyball Federation, building champions and making dreams a reality.
It is 2-0 in favor of Atlanta over the Grand Rapids Rise. No, the score of the set number 2, 25-10 Atlanta, was not some sort of April Fool's joke. Dan Hasty, Katie Olson. It was just one of those situations, Katie, that Atlanta got the energy and they didn't let it go.
Yeah, getting the second half of the season, they're playing some great volleyball right now. Everything is flowing very well. All of the hitters are making a big impact. You saw that they had 32 kills in 2 sets. That's great for the Atlanta vibe.
Well, as we start set number 3, you know, in other sports, when there's a heavy lead from one team to another, we start to have a little fun as the first point of the third set goes to Atlanta. That was Karis Watson getting some opportunity for Dagenet's team. So if you're watching along on YouTube, tell us where you're watching from. We've had check-ins from all over the country and even some from across the seas. Amelia Dimitrova trying to tie us up at 1. Atlanta trying to pick up where they left off, and they have. Shelly Fanning gets it to 2-0 Atlanta. Norman, Oklahoma has entered the chat, as has Groton, Connecticut. Tell us where you're watching from. And a shout out to all of you watching along with us here tonight. Simone Abbott blocked at the net. Shelly Fanning. Boy, the Vibe have just caught lightning in a bottle. 3-0. They've got the first 3 of the third set. We see Claire Chassé has entered again for the third set, and Kayla Caffey puts the Rise on the board. So Chassé back in. What do you think that little time away allows someone to see in her position?
You know, it allows you to get like a mental reset. Look at the court, see what the Vibe is doing. When you're not on the court, it's a lot easier to really envision like, okay, I see where the ball is going, what they're doing, and then her time to just reset.
Trying to get Dimitrova involved, and she's got another one. Back-to-back points for the Rise.
This is a lineup from the Rise that we haven't seen since the beginning of the year. You have Kayla Caffey in the middle with Simone Abbott on the pin and Claire Chassé. Seeing if we can make a difference here.
Rise did not have back-to-back points at any point in that second set. So first time here, Simone Abbott serves. Monserrat stuffed by Caffey, but they get it right back. Edmond. Sponsel on the other side. Dimitrova blocked. Edmond and Fanning. We've been saying their names all match long. 4-2 Atlanta.
Great lineup by Leah Edmond, moving in as that ball dies inside, giving Amelia Dimitrova nowhere to go.
There's Marley Monserrat, one of the most important players on this Vibe side, especially after the trade of Tori Stringer to Columbus. Quick point from Claire Chassé, throwing the changeup. 4-3, Rise are down a point. Kayla Caffey with a chance to serve, and after this point, we'll check in and see where you're watching along from here tonight. Little tap at the net, and another point for Atlanta, 5-3 Vibe. All right, Katie, Omaha, Nebraska, Grand Rapids. Well, what are you doing in Grand Rapids? You should be here. And this is my personal favorite. India is in the house.
Oh.
Good evening to our friend Dharma. Another point for Atlanta as they've stacked up a 6-3 lead. Alaska is here. Now the Rise just trying to get things back under control. It's been a bit of a spiral for them ever since that second set. Good play by Abbott. Evans wants Dimitrova. There's a point. And you start to see Grand Rapids starting to get a handle on things once again.
Yeah, once they're starting to control more of the balls on their side of the net, they have a better shot of defeating the Vibe.
6-4 Atlanta. That was Dimitrova on the serve. There's Member Manet and a block out in front. Grand Rapids won the first 2 sets of their last home match against Vegas and then pulled off, or at least watched Vegas pull off, a reverse sweep. And that's the only hope for the Rise here tonight. You can tell they're starting to get back and a little more comfortable again. Dimitrova to the line. Monserrat, Lazareva. She is automatic. Anna Lazareva, one of the best in this league.
She has such a whip of an arm swing, being able to really take it from the right side of her body and drop it within that 10-foot line is very impressive.
Ashley Evans for Claire Chassé. There's a point. It's been a bit of a long night for Claire Chassé, but one of the best in the world gets a point. It's 7-6, and the Rise are hanging around.
You know, I had to shake up the Rise a little bit with Claire Chassé. We say her name so much, and then for her to only have 3 kills after 2 sets, it's something that we don't really see very often.
Monserrat for Lazareva. Good play to dig it out by Sponsel. 10-foot line. Dimitrova, nothing there. Member Manet. Handled, sent across very quickly, and a free ball comes back. Sponsel, Evans, Abbott. Great play from Leah Edmond near the back line. And a point for the Vibe. They have had the edge on some of those long volley sets, the ones that seemingly drain both sides. It's seemingly been Atlanta every time.
Yeah, they're doing a great job of the attackers are really keeping the ball in front of them and seeing the envision of the court, so they're able to drop that ball right in front of Claire Chassé.
Lazareva serves. Evans. Chassé with an attack. And a point. And the Rise again have seemingly steadied the ship a little bit here in the third set. They're down 1, 8-7. And notice that they've had her attacking from that back line. They've had her going from that 10-foot away area. And maybe that's the adjustment that Kathy George thinks she needs to make. There's a quick shot that falls into the middle by Monserrat. What are we calling that? The campfire?
Yep. Campfire, the setter dump.
9-7. Campfire is fun to say. Member Manet across. Evans for her middle and Kathy. Got it right back. Now Dimitrova's turn. Point Grand Rapids. And will Atlanta challenge this? I think initially Todd Dagenet. Oh, look how close that was.
It's so crazy with the Bolt 6 system to see that slight ball in. You know that an official would probably have called that out.
That's why Todd Dagenet just said, you know what, never mind. Sponsel, Dimitrova. Blocked, denying the opportunity to tie this match in the third set. 10-8 Atlanta. Yelahasheva, the middle blocker, to the service line for Atlanta. Evans, Abbott. That's probably the best swing of the night for Simone Abbott. With that powerful right arm, the Rise are down by 1 once more. All the way to the back row. Tapped. Chassé keeps it going. Evans back for Claire. Lazareva, Monserrat, Edmond slams it through, and the Vibe go back up by 2. Monserrat serves into the net, and a break for Grand Rapids, and they certainly need it. You don't need us to tell you that. 11-10 Atlanta. Kayla Caffey serves. Skimmed across the top of that net. There's a block in the middle from Marin Grote, and that ties us up at 11. A lot of work for Grand Rapids to do to dig out of this hole, but they have already seen that it can be done. Tied at 11.
Looks like we have a challenge on the court saying that Marin Grote touched the net on that block.
By both of these coaches, Kathy George, and we've seen it a lot from Todd Dagenet in this one, using up those challenges. Even at the end of the second set with that monstrous lead, Atlanta going for those challenges. So we'll take another look at it.
It's really great to see. The coaches defer to the players because you're on the court, you're closer to that. If you're noticing, like, yeah, she touched that net, you're calling it.
Let's take a look.
And it looks like there's no net touch, but look how crazy that net looks in slow motion.
That poor net is looking all kinds of crash test dummy.
You know, it doesn't look like that from all the way up here.
It's much busier down there. So here at Van Andel Arena, in case you're wondering, we are situated at the very top of Van Andel Arena. Our broadcast position is closer to the ceiling than it is to the floor. So what you got the chance to see there on the replay gives you an idea of just how intense it is down there.
Yeah, here we have Leah Edmonds still talking to the up official, seeing if we can get a clarification.
Could they be looking at something else?
I think maybe they could be looking at maybe Amelia versus Marin, but when they challenge, they're challenging the image within that section.
Kayla Caffey's walking the volleyball back to the service line, but Leah Edmond has not finished up her conversation with our referee on the far side from us. Our referees tonight, Michelle Prater, the first referee, Wesley Radigan, the second.
I definitely think we have two of probably the most outwardly competitive women on the court. You have Leah Edmond for the Vive and then Amelia Dimitrova for Grand Rapids.
Our review official, Lori Nelson. And I would say Lori Nelson's had a busy night. Got our attendance tonight, 2,614, 2,614. Leah Edmond still having words with the official. Haven't seen the yellow card that we saw Grand Rapids get as part of that second set. But Edmond has that range and ability to approach the referees. And Anna Lazareva has a chance to approach elite territory in the PVF. Another point. 12-11 Atlanta. There's Edmond at the service line. Chasse. A free ball from Dimitrova. Did not catch it in a very good spot. Lazareva. Was it touched? No. Grand Rapids gets the point. We going to play the challenge game again?
I don't think
so. Almost come to expect it at this point. Dimitrova to serve. We're all tied at 12. These are the sets where you really have to dig deep. There's a touch. The net touch on Atlanta, and the Rise have a rare lead.
Yeah, so that was a setter back row attack. So when the setter is in the back row, she's not allowed to break the plane of the net.
Another serve for Dimitrova with her team trying to send the energy behind her. Lecator member Manet stuffed. There's the monster block. Put the Rise up by 3, and all of a sudden Grand Rapids is on a run. Timeout on the floor. It's Grand Rapids 15, Atlanta 12. Grand Rapids not going quietly here on this April Fool's Day. It's Pro Volleyball from GR on the Rise Radio and TV network.
From club or high school courts to championship arenas, Spalding has been the trusted partner of volleyball players for generations. Our team of dedicated professionals isn't just about selling equipment, we're about supporting your journey. Spalding offers a comprehensive range of high-performance systems, nets, and accessories meticulously crafted for every skill level, budget, and playing style. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, Spalding's knowledgeable staff will guide you, equip you, and cheer you on every step of the way.
It's Grand Rapids 15, the Atlanta Vibe 12 with a 2-0 Atlanta set lead. Dan Hasty, Katie Olson with you from Van Andel Arena. And after a really, really rough second set for Grand Rapids, it looks like they've started to figure some things out.
Yeah, they made a couple of adjustments in their lineup, and right now you're seeing that they're controlling Leah Edmond a little bit. She only has 1 kill in this set, which has been a huge difference maker as she's at 15 kills right now.
All Grand Rapids can do here is to push this match into a 4th set. They still have a lot of work to do. Lecator member Manet. Handled. They go to Marin Grote. Another point for Grand Rapids. That's the former Washington Husky. Marin Grote puts the Rise up by 4. Easily the best run we've seen by Grand Rapids tonight. If you missed the second set, Atlanta went on a 10-point run. Hadn't seen anything like it so far this season. Ashley Evans for Claire Chassé. Another point, and all of a sudden the Rise are turning the tables. 17-12 Grand Rapids. A wise regional manager at Dunder Mifflin once said, well, 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 how the turntables. Timeout, Atlanta. Grand Rapids starting to feel it. It's Rise Volleyball on YouTube, and 96 the game.
At any time, any team can win it here in the Pro Volleyball Federation.
The higher the level, it means more power.
Lecator member Mene. Wow, what a shot again.
Rejected! Ronica Stone!
Get tightened up. They progress through that season, and you cannot progress through that solo block in the middle for Kaz Brown.
Laura, deep corner, and that was picked perfectly.
What happened in the second set based on what the score is here in set number 3. 17-12 Grand Rapids over Atlanta after losing the last set 25-10. Grand Rapids has gone on a run. Dan Hasty, Katie Olson with you from Van Andel Arena. And if nothing else, Katie, it just goes to show this is a momentum sport.
The momentum can switch in just a beat, so capitalizing when you have the serve is the most important.
Dimitrova again from the service line. Monserrat with a chance for Shelley Fanning. There's a point for Atlanta. That was 6 in a row for Grand Rapids. Thought for a minute we might see the only game in league history with 10-point runs on both sides. This one has been all momentum here, especially in the last 2 sets. It was a pretty tightly contested first set. Atlanta took that one 25-23. Abbott, Chassé. They want Dimitrova. Missed the target. 2 straight for Atlanta. How much energy? I mean, I would imagine it's more when you're going on a run like that, but how much does it take out of you when you go on a surge like that?
Oh my gosh, it's a huge switch of momentum. Then all of a sudden you can do everything right.
Dimitrova has done a lot right tonight. Another point. Big swing of the left arm, 18-14 Grand Rapids. Well, they can't get it all back at once. But all of a sudden, Grand Rapids starting to taste it a little bit in set 3. Substitution for Atlanta. Yosiana Presley, the outside, and the former Baylor Bear is checking in. First time we've seen her on the floor against Grand Rapids. Takes over for Lecator member Monet. Claire Chassé at the line for Grand Rapids. And how about an ace? Claire Chassé does it all. 19-14 Grand Rapids.
It's exactly what you want to do when you see a fresh new player come off the bench. You want to go right at them.
She'll try again. This time it's handled, and they put it right back to her. Sponsel collects. Evans for Simone Abbott. Got the point, and it's 20-14 Grand Rapids. It is amazing what a little momentum will do for you. We saw the Rise with a 6-point run here in this third set. Monserrat for Lazareva. Evans handles. Sponsel to Dimitrova. Monserrat went down for it. They want Lazareva. Taps. Point, Atlanta. Lazareva. And she was outstanding the last time these two teams played, which was her first game in the PVF.
Yeah, her ability to just reach at such a high point is a really big struggle for a lot of other teams since she's going over that block. So how do you defend over a block?
Lazareva serves for the Vibe, with Grand Rapids leading 20-15 in the third set. Atlanta leads 2-0. Evans wants Marin Grote. Blocked. Evans keeps it alive. Free ball comes over. Good job by Ashley Evans. Back row attack. Edmond. Dug out. Evans for Chassé. Lazareva keeps it going. And a shot into the net. That was Presley. 21-15. Grand Rapids is up 6.
That right there is what you would call a huge momentum swing since she did get her one-on-one and the ability for Grand Rapids to come out on top of that play.
That one went well wide of the target, but Presley able to help it over. Now a chance for the Rise. Abbott. Collected by Atlanta. Little tap from Lazareva. Can they keep it alive? Chassé, Evans. What a job by GR. But right in the middle, Monserrat takes advantage. Point Vibe, 21-16, Grand Rapids.
Great court vision by Monserrat. Seeing that her middle took that ball, that free ball on her knees, so she wasn't available. Then Monserrat became an attacker.
Now it's Yosiana Presley, the native of Cypress, Texas, with her first serve of the night. Dimitrova with a fireball collected by Hentz. Evans trying to counter, and they do with Kayla Caffey. The Rise are up 6 here in the third set.
You're seeing a completely different Rise team this third match versus the second match.
Remember that last match against the Vegas Thrill? We were wondering what in the world the coach had said to her side. There's a quick ace for Ashley Evans. Second ace of the third set, and the Rise are getting that momentum on their side. We were wondering what was said in the locker room. Well, maybe Kathy George found out and saved that speech for her side today. Monserrat tapped over from Edmond. Wow, what amazing awareness and vision to get that point down. 23-17. They've done a good job keeping her a little bit off the scoreboard here in this third set.
Yeah, she spent a majority of her time in the back row, so Grand Rapids is really fighting to keep those points on their side while she was in the back row, so less of a threat back there.
23-17. After this point, I want to tell you what they're talking about in the YouTube chat. This one over. Evans. Net touch. Point for the Vibe. So they're talking about where the PVF could see new teams.
Okay, what are they saying?
They got a lot of ideas, and there are a lot of good ones. Now, there are 3 teams coming as of next season. Dallas, Kansas City, Indianapolis are the scheduled 3. League will go from 7 to 10 teams, and now we've got a delay, so Kathy George going to challenge this particular call.
So I know that Ashley Evans was called in back row attacking, so she's not allowed to break the plane of the net when she is setting. And I believe that Kathy George is challenging that they were over on the other side.
You see Leah Edmond. There's been a lot of talking with Leah Edmond so far over this course of the 3rd set.
So correction, they're talking about a net touch.
So you think about what happened in the 2nd set. It was the fact that it was so lopsided, the biggest lopsided loss in Grand Rapids franchise history, albeit a 13-game franchise history. But Grand Rapids has changed their attack completely here in this 3rd set. What have they done?
Yeah, you almost felt like in that 2nd set, Grand Rapids just couldn't do anything right. And then you're seeing that they went in, had intermission, came back out, and they're more relaxed. They're controlling their passing. They're mixing up their setting. You're seeing them play more of Grand Rapids volleyball versus I'm just trying to get the ball over the net, which I felt like we were playing in that 2nd set.
All right, so since we've got our friends on YouTube hanging out with us, let's see if we can give them a little Grand Rapids Rise franchise trivia, shall we?
Let's do it.
Name the player, this is for you, YouTube, who had the first block in Grand Rapids Rise history. It came here against the Columbus Fury on January 25th. No net touches the call. So that means it stays with Atlanta.
Do we have an answer on that block?
And you can hear Grand Rapids' fans not too happy once again. This is the 2nd time thus far. There's been a lot of frustration expressed here by the over 2,600 in attendance tonight. Let's see if Grand Rapids can get it back, and they do. A little bit too long. Dim the lights. It's set point for the Rise.
You know, if there wasn't a Bolt 6 challenge system and people really reviewing it, that's what we call the ball doesn't lie.
Couple of changes now for Atlanta. Simone Abbott back to the service line. And in case you're wondering, Simone Abbott, owner of the first block in Grand Rapids Rise franchise history. So for those of you who guessed Simone Abbott, congratulations. Now Simone's trying to put the finishing touches on a shocking 3rd set for Grand Rapids. Hence, Monserrat Lazareva. Too strong, and the Rise come up from the back row to take the 3rd set when nobody thought they would do it. Grand Rapids 25, Atlanta 18, we play on. We're off to the 4th set at Van Andel Arena when we come back. You've got the Grand Rapids Rise presented by U of M Health West.
the #1 draft pick. Fury is lucky to have
all. Happy April Fool's Day. Grand Rapids trailing Atlanta 2-1. And now after getting that tough to get third set, Katie, now they've got a chance to even this up. And based on how this match has gone, who really knows what the heck we're going to see in the fourth set?
Yeah, I have no idea, but whatever Kathy George said in that locker room worked for Grand Rapids. They came out ready to fight like what we saw in set 1. So hopefully we can see a same in the set 4.
Grand Rapids lost the first 2 sets, the first by a score of 25-23, then 25-10 in the second set. And one of the things that, Katie, you mentioned was the fact that Leah Edmond was hitting at 6-10. What happened in the third set? What was she doing in that third set? Because it felt like that was the big reason why Grand Rapids had success.
Yeah, out of the first 2 sets, between Leah Edmond and Anna Lazareva, they had 25 of the 32 kills for the team. And then you saw in that third set, they only had 5 kills total together. So Grand Rapids did a much better job of adjusting to what they were doing and really controlling those 2. And that was a huge difference between the first 2 sets and the third set.
Lecator member Monet with the serve to start out our third set. And right at the net, a block and a point for the Vibe. I think a lot of that second set, especially towards the end, was just Kathy George trying to find a group that could find some energy and some momentum together. There's an ace. Member Monet off to a good start on the fourth set, 2-0 Atlanta. Hence keeping it alive as she so often does. Blocked at the net, given right back. Lazareva from behind 10 feet, puts it down, and it's 3-0 Atlanta. You don't want to let them lock back in.
No, and Morgan Hens is such a player that you love to have on your team, but you absolutely hate to be playing against because she just touches so many balls and is able to keep them alive and well. You heard Claire Chaussee swing from that. She hit that powerfully at Morgan Hens.
Now it's back to Lecator member Monet, the native of St. Louis, who has 7 brothers and sisters. Dimitrova kept alive by Lazareva. There's Edmond. Atlanta's tried both of their best here. Lazareva with a changeup, gets it back. Edmond gets the point on the big swing. 4 straight for Atlanta in set 4. This looks like the second set Atlanta Vibe.
Yeah, right here, Grand Rapids really needs to sit down on this pass and get a good ball for Ashley Evans.
Chaussee, Evans, back to Claire. Had help from the back line. Evans for Chaussee again. Point, Grand Rapids, and the Rise are on the board in the fourth set. Chaussee back to the line. You got to hand it to Grand Rapids. Could have been real easy for them to fold up in that third set based on how Atlanta dominated the second. Now they have hope. That one hit a little bit too hard, a little bit too wide, and Atlanta goes up by 4 again. 5-1 Atlanta. Fourth set. Atlanta on top, 2-1. Serve goes to Yelahasheva for the Vibe. Simone Abbott. Monserrat. Lazareva kept alive Was that an ankle or a shoe that did it?
That was a foot kick by Amelia Dimitrova.
You gotta be kidding me. Sometimes it's just the way the ball bounces. 5-2. Somebody put that on SportsCenter tonight. Dimitrova. That's an absolute stunner of a point, and maybe a chance for Grand Rapids to find some momentum. See if they take advantage of it. That's a little bit long. On the attack from Atlanta, the Rise have 2 straight points. 5-3 vibe in the fourth. Did you ever have one hit you in the foot?
Can't say I have.
That one a little too long from the service line. 6-3 Atlanta. How close was it? You can decide. I used to think that was close, but then I learned that it really wasn't all that close. It's a never-ending lesson around here. Can they get it over? They do. What a play. That's Dimitrova. A block to keep it alive for now. Grand Rapids could really use this point. Chassé, Evans to the middle. Kayla Caffey denied. Lazareva handled by Abbott. Evans, Amelia Dimitrova puts it down. Huge point, Grand Rapids. Make it 6-4. Rise seemed like they needed that one a whole lot. And you've noticed now that they're bringing up their level of play ever since the third set. Evans into the net. That's a tough time to have a tough time. 7-4 Atlanta. Goes back to Atlanta and Leah Edmond. Chassé, Evans, Dimitrova, little tap, and they get it right back to make it 7-5.
Dimitrova's really doing a great job of seeing the court, playing with a lot of her shots, going hard line, tipping line, shooting it cross.
Simone Abbott from a mile away. Monserrat put it in a perfect spot, and Shelly Fanning won't get an easier point all night. Got to give Monserrat a lot of credit. She's really taken to this lead setter position since that Tori Stringer straight. There's Fanning into the net. Grand Rapids gets one back. 8-6 Atlanta. Kayla Caffey serves for the Rise. Lazareva denied. Haven't seen that a whole lot tonight. Chassé and Grote, 2 straight for Grand Rapids. And that's what they're going to need if they're going to find a way through this fourth set. They're hanging around. And how about Maren Grote? Throws it down with authority. 3 straight for Grand Rapids. We're tied at 8.
What a beautiful overpass kill there by the middle. Something I always wish that they would give me the chance to do.
Different strengths. 8-8 in the fourth set. And if you're watching along wondering after that second set, how is this happening? You're not alone. Grand Rapids has gotten all the momentum, and Atlanta trying to get it back. This time they get the point back, they get the lead, make it 9-8. Grand Rapids has Orlando coming in on Saturday. This is their chance to put their record over 500. They're in third place, only behind Atlanta and Omaha. Dimitrova, Evans looking for Chassé. Points Atlanta. Hit it a little bit too wide.
It was a great set by Ashley Evans. You could see her check and see where the blockers were just to give Claire that steam ball.
Lazareva over. Evans for Dimitrova. Down it goes. Textbook. Evans to Dimitrova. It's a 1-point set.
Amelia adding there to her 16th kill of the game.
She has been extremely busy, especially so in the first 2 sets. And then the Rise figured out how to unlock Claire Chassé again. Kind of felt like with Chassé, it's only a matter of time. There's a quick surprise attack from Chassé. This time they go to Maren Grote. What a play by Leah Edmond. There's a block. Maren Grote and Ashley Evans tie us up at 10. That monster block's kind of catchy. Dimitrova's turn. Edmond, Monserrat. Lecator member Monet gets it back, and the Revive have the lead again. Member Monet's turn from the service line for Atlanta. Into the net, and we're tied at 11. There's been no shortage of service errors in this one tonight.
Just trying to find the balance between serving super tough to get them out of system, but still in bounds.
Chassé's turn. Hence, Monserrat. Big swing. Handled by Grand Rapids. They want Simone Abbott. Atlanta with Lazareva. Throwing a fastball that misses outside, and Grand Rapids takes the lead in the 4th. (12-11) Grand Rapids at Chassé again. And it hits the line. It's the second ace for Claire Chassé tonight. And you talked about it. That's the risk-reward game you play. And I guess right now Grand Rapids feels like they've got little to lose.
Yeah, beautiful to place that ball. You're always aiming to place that ball within the last 3 feet of the court to make the players move their body, their feet.
Momentum shifted. 4th set, Grand Rapids 13, Atlanta 11. Who would have thought this one might be shaping up to be a close one down the stretch? We'll find out when we come back on Rise Radio and TV, presented by U of M Health West.
Pro Volleyball Federation, where every action carries the weight of passion and pride. There's a select group that rises above the rest. 23 athletes of the Pro Volleyball Federation are past or current members of the USA Women's National Volleyball Team, each a testament to dedication, skill, and relentless pursuit of excellence. Pro Volleyball Federation, building champions and making dreams a reality.
Grand Rapids 13, Atlanta 11. It's an Atlanta 2-1 set lead. Dan Hasty, Katie Olson with you on a Monday night. Happy Easter to you and yours. 2-point Grand Rapids lead with Claire Chassé back at the line. We've seen this be a match full of momentum swings. Simone Abbott ends up with Lecator member Monet, and a point thanks to Leah Edmond, and the Vibes deficit is 1.
Looks like Maren Grote is very convinced that Leah Edmond hit the net on that play, so it looks like we're going to the challenge board.
And while they do that, you said something really interesting during the break. We were talking about Claire Chassé's ace just a few moments ago, and just exactly what these servers, in this case Chassé, is able to do to alter the flight of the ball when she puts it up. Exactly what did you see there?
Yeah, so there are typically 2 types of serves in volleyball. There's either top spin, where you're seeing the ball spin a lot, or there's a float serve, which Claire Chassé does a float serve. So the point is to make sure that when you're hitting the ball, it's not spinning, which changes momentum in the air. It's able to either, sometimes people's float serves drop to the right, drop to the left, sail up, and then drop down. It's almost like a curveball or a knuckleball baseball. Like, you're able to contort your serve.
gives you an idea, because we were saying up here that that particular ace was not even on the line. It was well short of the line. We could see it from our broadcast position, and we're close to the roof line in Grand Rapids. By the way, the challenge goes by the wayside for Grand Rapids. Point remains with Atlanta, so make it 13-12, and the Vibe get the serve. Karis Watson serving. That's Dimitrova. Collected. Lazareva denied there, but the Vibe with a chance to respond. Edmond does just that, and we're tied at 13. Well, Edmond was everything for Atlanta in those first two sets. Her and Lazareva, maybe the toughest duo in the league. Maren Grote gives the Rise the lead back with a slam from the middle. 14-13. Now Grote gets a chance from the service line. Monserrat for Edmond. Handled by Evans. Free ball comes over from Dimitrova. Monserrat wants Edmond again. Missed the target. Point Grand Rapids, and it's 15-13 GR.
Edmond turned that ball just a little too wide on that line shot.
Hook shot. 15-13. Grote's back again. And that one just missed, even though Atlanta tried to get to it. And will Kathy George challenge this? You see how close it was. I don't think she's going to this time. Atlanta did everything they could to play that one, but maybe at the last minute changed their mind. Ashley Evans giving it to Kayla Caffey, and the Rise lead goes back to 2.
Love to see Ashley Evans really working her middles in transition. Kayla Caffey and Maren Grote are very effective offensively.
Ashley Evans to the line for Grand Rapids. Monserrat handled. Evans and Chassé. Simone Abbott putting it in the back corner. Now Lazareva gets it down. Point Vibe. You knew after what happened in set 3 that the Vibe are going to lock in. And that's why the Vibe have to really earn this set. And for that matter, the Rise need to keep the foot on the gas.
They do. The Vibe definitely does not want to put a third loss on their little sheet versus the Rise.
It's just amazing when you think about how those first two sets went, knowing that Grand Rapids won the first two matches in fairly convincing fashion. Not going to come easy for Grand Rapids today. Sponsel, Evans, Dimitrova with a little tap. And a free ball comes over. Caffey to Evans. Dimitrova puts it down, and the Rise go up by 2. Emilia Dimitrova's having a night.
Looks like they're running a slightly lower ball to Dimitrova, which gives her an advantage versus Member Manet.
And a point goes right back thanks to Lazareva. Dimitrova leads the way with 17 points for Grand Rapids. Chassé with 10. Leah Edmond with a game-high 23. And they're going to try and set up Member Manet this time. What a play by Sponsel. Claire Chassé blocked at the net, and we're tied at 17. Lazareva and Yela Hasheva tie us up. That felt like a big point to get. Evans for Dimitrova. Great play by Lazareva. Edmond from the back line gives Atlanta the lead. 3 straight for the Vibe here in the fourth. Grand Rapids with Chassé, Sponsel, Evans, Dimitrova, Caffey, and Abbott. Nearly got it down as it approached the net. Now Claire Chassé ties us up with a big swing of the right arm, and it's 18-all. Well, give a lot of credit to Kathy George. She's figured out how to get Claire Chassé involved in the last 2 sets. Monserrat for Lazareva. Caffey keeps it alive. Atlanta with another chance. Edmond blocked, and the Rise regain the lead.
Great block there by Maren Grote. Leah Edmond really takes off behind that 10-foot line, and you see that she lands basically at the net. You would think she was swinging front row.
Caffey serves. Monserrat wants Lecator member Monet. Pancake from Chassé. Dimitrova gets the point. Grand Rapids goes up by 2 on an outstanding breakfast pancake from Claire Chassé. That's like an Easter breakfast, you know?
So nice.
Timeout Atlanta. Rise are up 2, 20-18 here at Van Andel. Down the stretch of set number 4, Pro Volleyball from GR on the Rise Radio and TV network. Grand Rapids up by 2, and now trying to close out a win in the 4th set after getting pummeled in the 2nd set. Dan Hasty, Katie Olson with you from Van Andel Arena. And right now the Rise are trying to do something that would really surprise just about everybody in the PVF, not only based on how the first 2 sets went, but how good the Atlanta Vibe has been this year. Kayla Caffey serves, and it goes a little bit too long. Big point for the Vibe.
That's your coach's timeout ball there, freezing the server.
Or ice the server,
There we
right.
go, icing the server.
Lazareva for Atlanta. Net touch, Grand Rapids. Point Atlanta, and we're tied at 20. 2 straight points out of the gate. And now it becomes a best of 5 here in the 4th set. Kathy George with a few questions for one of our referees, the one on the far side. It's Michelle Prater, nearly an ace. Hens keeps it going. They want member Monet. Denied. Ashley Evans wants Chassé. Down it goes, and Grand Rapids takes the lead. They have gotten Chassé unlocked in the last 2 sets.
She adds her 9th kill of the game.
Dimitrova serves. Looking for Edmond. Abbott keeps it up. Evans for Claire. On the other side, it's Atlanta. Do they get it down? They do. What a play. Karis Watson ties us at 21. Lecator member Monet, former Pitt Panther. Evans looking for Dimitrova, and it's 22-21. The Rise get another big point in the 4th. Well, they have leaned on Amelia Dimitrova. She's got 19. It puts Chassé on the line. This will become a set defining, as this one goes a little bit too long, of A, who makes a mistake, and B, who can capitalize after they get the serve.
Looks like we're gonna have a serving sub on the Vibe.
That's Allie Linehan, the former Kentucky Wildcat. In for Todd Dagenet's team, with us all tied at 22. Best of 3. here in the fourth set. Sponsel, Evans, trying to surprise everybody, and Atlanta had to catch him. And Amelia Dimitrova gets the point for Grand Rapids. Advantage, GR.
You can really feel the tension in the building here. You saw that the whole bench on Grand Rapids Rise wanted a lift on that call, and you can just see both teams are really, really fighting for this game.
Can't help but think if Grand Rapids wins this fourth set, they'll have all the advantage and momentum in the world going into the fifth. Maren Grote serves. Monserrat for Edmond. Collected by Grand Rapids. Evans for Chassé. Diving play by Member Monet. In over the stands, going out of bounds is the vibe. They keep it alive. And a whistle. What do we have?
So it looks
out of
like
bounds went Marley Monserrat. What did you see there?
Looks like we're having a replay, but I'm not sure why, because normally they just play on. You have to just get out of, if you run off the court, you just got to get up and continue to play.
Boy, Marley Monserrat is lucky that there was nobody behind that row of seats, because she went down and took the chair with her. Hopefully she's okay.
Yeah, it's almost like in basketball when they run into those cheerleaders. She definitely took a moment to get up. I don't know if she was like intertwined with those chairs or what it was.
So in this particular situation, we just go back to playing it over again.
Yeah, so it looks like the up official called a replay on that. I'm assuming because she looked like she was stuck in the chairs.
Don't you hate when that happens? Dimitrova doing a lot of talking with Michelle Prater, one of our referees. Grand Rapids gets a do-over with Maren Grote. At the net, down it goes. Shelly Fanning ties us up at 23. And even though Atlanta didn't get that point as Monserrat went over the chairs, it was going to be a really tough point for them to get. In some ways, it almost was like them getting a point. Just keeping it alive to push it to that. Now it becomes a question of who can score 2 points before the other. We're tied at 23. Chassé handles the serve. Going to Dimitrova. Pops up a mile high. Hence has to go down to get it. Member Monet sends it over. Evans, Dimitrova, blocked, and Atlanta takes the lead here in the fourth. It's match point at Van Andel. Atlanta has had to explore all of the space on their side of the floor the last few points. They are testing the limits. Chassé handles the Atlanta serve. Waywant Dimitrova collected. Atlanta's got a chance to close. Lazareva gets it down, and the Atlanta vibe on April Fools not fooling around today. They finally take down Grand Rapids on their third try. – 25-23, Atlanta takes down Grand Rapids. The same score of both the first and fourth sets. And perhaps some hard feelings on the Grand Rapids side after this one closes out. We'll talk about that when we come back. Atlanta wins it 3-1 over the Grand Rapids Rise. Postgame is next here on Rise Radio.
This is Real Pro Volleyball. Have you seen the product that's out there? Have you seen the athletes?
I don't even know if there's words to explain how I'm feeling right now. I'm just so excited and grateful to be able to do this right now.
It's definitely really cool to be able to be playing professional volleyball. Really cool to be able to be a part of the first year of something. No one takes for granted the opportunity that is here and present for us. kids and people in general really excited about pro volleyball.
I think it's the first time that it's actually happening and that it's done very well. And your jersey, I hope, is there Tokyo say with this? Okay, okay. And that it's so accessible to everyone. I wish I had something like that. It's a really cool feeling to know that they have professional volleyball to come watch.
About making an environment where you're happy to do what you're supposed to do. So that we build a journey and a path for future generations.